Hey everybody, this is Darian Hickman. We're going to talk today about an app I built called Mavgo Flight. It's built in Go and it uses SQLite a lot. The reason I built Mavgo Flight is because Google Chrome is almost complete. Google built their mission around organizing the world's information and making it universally accessible. And they've done a lot of that already. As a daily user of the internet, like most people watching this video, you can just open up any image file, any video file, PDFs, all kinds of text-based files. In fact, let's go ahead and show you a few examples of Google Chrome doing its job. I'm going to open up a simple thing like, hey, you want to look at some request headers, and you don't want to open up, Sublime or some other text notepad just to look at it. Well, here you are. It just shows it, and it's crazy. Faster than my eyes can even move to the tab of the content is loaded. And that's what I've come to love about most Google products, particularly Chrome, is it just, when it does work, it works insanely fast. I don't know how old the audience is, but you may even remember a day when if you wanted to look at a PDF, you would have to use Adobe's Reader, and Adobe's Reader doesn't do this. You would still be on the load screen for the Adobe Reader service right now. It just works. Done. No plugin necessary, it just works. Great. So unfortunately, it's not complete. So if you want to look at, say, a YAML file or a SQLite data file, you can do something. Here's an even more relevant example, an Excel file. You try to open that up and it goes, nope, I'm just gonna pretend it's a download and do that. I'm sure there's some Microsoft based Excel extension, probably not as crazy fast as it would be if it was directly embedded in Chrome itself, but we went ahead and let's go ahead and take a look at something that solves that. Let's go one of the trouble spots that I've found on a regular basis when you're trying to open up CSV. Again, it's a local CSV file, and it just tries to download again. So here we are. I've got my app, Mavgo Flight. It's extremely basic. There basically is no highly graphical web front end. It's just simply a service in Go, and it's rendering the most basic presentation of whatever it is you're looking at. Right now we're browsing a folder system. So here we are looking at this one particular folder, and inside of here is a whole bunch of data for various formats. So one example that, one file extension that Google Chrome doesn't have out of the gate is YAML. And this is just literally just, it's just text under the hood. It just happens to have a YAML extension. The most interesting, and same thing with CSV, it just opens it up and treats it like, you can even browse it like a table. It just works. I'll get back to that in a little bit. What happens when the Excel? Got a little bit debugging to do there because it's not showing up all the tabs that are available inside the Excel file. Let's go to where all the features really shine, which is when you're opening up a SQLite database. Here, I just click on a SQLite database called History, and it immediately shows me all the table names. And like a sane person who designs things, all you have to do to get to one particular table inside of that is just add it to the URL, and it drills down to that exact table. And again, like a sane person, if you want to look at a specific column in that table, you just do that, and it loads that subset of that whole table. And so based off that one concept of like most data in the world is hierarchical, like the only exception to that I can even think of is, the more recent notion of graph databases. But the vast majority of everything else is some form subset of table, basically hierarchical. One element is inside of another element inside of an element. It's like a founding principle of everything on the internet. And oddly enough, no one's made a browser for all hierarchical forms of data, even though it's, we already have this great /, / way of denoting all of that. So go here, let's get back out a little bit to this main table, and I'll show you a few more sub-selection features that I've enabled. Again, under the hood, and this is all just running select queries into SQLite. And what I want to do is, let's just grab, hey, oh yeah, this query, I really would like this, the symbol included. So let's just go ahead and add that. And it just works. And notice that it's not, and the other thing is I went ahead, since it's usually annoying to be case sensitive on column names, I went ahead and just enabled it to not be case sensitive. And you'll get that capability right there. What else? Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's say it's like you don't want to you're actually that the data source is you're excessively large. You don't have patience, and you're just gonna a subset of those records. What you can do is just simply go for the first 20 records, and there you go. That notation, I've been conveniently handpicking notation inside the URL query that comes from some of my favorite languages. Like that slice notation comes from Go and Python. The URL, that / denote everything, the drill down of data, that's, in basically everywhere but the Windows command line. What else? Got the subselect. We're working on making quality where clauses using the next thing to enable is just type in do something like ID = 7. Not quite there yet. Oh yeah, I didn't do the right name. So we got a very primitive version of the where clause enabled right now, where you can just go ID IDX = 3. Let's see if I have greater than enabled. Hey, look at that. I don't know how. Oh yeah, I'm sub-selecting 20 records. Let's get rid of that. Boop. Okay. So yeah, got some very basics. I still want to get things like, being able to support, where symbol and Goog. This is bad practice on a demo video of just testing out your own features in front of people, but here we go. And that, it did not like that. So interesting behavior. Anytime a query does not work, then Chrome assumes it is something to download. And I bet it's an error message. I bet I'm just returning the syntax of the error message. Let's see what my downloads folder thinks. Yeah, so some well, I can't open it in Chrome, it'll just regurgitate it. Let's open it in Sublime. Oh my God, just other. Oh, raw hex. Okay, that's useless. Okay, cut that piece of the video out. So that's where we're at. The next up thing is I know I need to refresh what I can do of doing the equivalent browsing inside of a Google Cloud storage bucket, and then a lot of other sources. The primary focus is just getting things working on localhost, since I know most developers and data engineers have access to actually running something like this on their local server, on their workstation, and that's it. I've been looking at the wrong camera for most of this this demo. I'm Darian Hickman, and thank you for watching. I don't have anything to subscribe to right now.